All right, guys, so now we want to have a look into the settings and how I managed to get in the transmitter. So yes, as components, we have the 2028 Castle Creation 1100 kV motor and the Hydra Cobra 5 HV. And as a transmitter, we have the RadioMaster MT12 and an ER5C 5-channel receiver. For the receiver, channel 1 is steering, so that servo is plugged in there. For channel 2, we have the ESC, and for channel 3, let's check it inside here. Yeah, channel 3 is the water pump, and channel 4 is the auxiliary wire from the Castle ESC, and that is for reverse, so that I don't accidentally hit the reverse button by, for example, pushing the trigger. I plugged in the aux wire into channel 4 and programmed it for reversing the ESC. And how I do this and all the other settings, for example, with the little switch here of the water pump, I will show you in this video. So let's have a look at the transmitter. I'll go back into the main menu. Yes, model. So yes, obviously this is the first model for my MT12 transmitter. So model 1 is the SpeedlingR. And then we have the setup page and the drives mode, and now we are coming to the interesting part. That's the inputs. As I said, channel 1 is steering, channel 2 is throttle, channel 3 is water pump, and channel 4 is reverse by connecting the aux wire to the receiver. So maybe we'll have a quick look into this edit. So that's just normal 100% weight, no offset, no nothing, no switch or something like that. Throttle is the same. So pulling the trigger is 100 and negative is also like that. So okay, and now we are going to the water pump, and as you can see, there is a switch referring to this function, and we'll have a look into that. So that is water pump off, means SA switch, which is this one here. So water pump is off when SA switch is in that position. So yes, and you may hear it. There's a warning sign for water pump off, so that I do not accidentally drive without having the water pump turned on. So off is like set when trigger SE is put in that direction, it's off, and when water pump on is when SE is put into that direction outside. So like the trigger into that right direction. Okay. And yes, and then we have reverse. Reverse means you can put one like a function, maximum torque, maximum RPM, or reverse, disable, enable, via that aux wire from the ESC, which is a separate JR wire with black, white and red. The normal ESC wire into the receiver on channel 2 is yellow, brown and red. So the red, white, black cable is the aux wire, and that goes into channel 4, and it says if trigger SC or button SC, which is this one here, is put, if you push the button, then reverse is active, and if you don't push the button, reverse is disabled. So reverse off and reverse on. You can see it on the numbers, which is like thicker 0, 100. Not pushed 0, pushed 100. These are the inputs. So that's like programming what you do on the transmitter. Like pushing a button, that means it is off or on or whatever. Then you have like the next page, mixes. That's for sounds, for example, or warnings. So I didn't do anything for steering, throttle or reverse, but for the water pump, and we have a look into here. Then it's like mix name water pump off. Then there is a position for the SA switch, this one. And there is a warning 3, which is on when the trigger is in that position. So water pump on means trigger is in that position, and trigger is here. So that is the actual position. In that position, warning is off. So no warning. Just when the trigger is in that position, you have this, like it's vibrating. There's not a noise, it's vibrating. So you hold it in your hand and you feel that like vibration. And then you realize, oh, water pump isn't on, water pump is on. So I will get a battery now and we can check it on the model itself. So now I have a battery, it's a 6S battery, so it works with the ESC. I turn on the ESC, here's the on-off switch. Now it's running through a little protocol and connecting everything. So, okay. Water pump is off, transmitter is vibrating, and when I pull the trigger into that direction, right, you can hear the water pumps. Okay. And now for the reverse. I will go back into output. Here is something I did for, just for like setting steering min max and throttle min max. That's for safety I only did like 75% forward and 30% backwards, so it's slowly running reverse. And for testing I start with 75 and then I can go to 100%. Water pump is on 70%, and the reverse is just like signal or not. And yes, so all the functions are like water pump on and off, on and off. Okay, and like for the reverse, you have like forward, but no reverse, so there's nothing happen. And now you push the trigger, this one, you have forward and also reverse. So that means I push the button and the signal goes to the aux wire, which is on the CastleLink 2.0 software dedicated to be reverse disabled or enabled. So you push the button and you have reverse, and you don't push the button and you don't have reverse. That is made by the signal. Let's check the. That's made by the signal up here. So we have a look inside. So the ppm center is 1800, so above 150, 1500. And when you push the trigger, it's below 1500. So that means in the CastleLink 2.0 software, you see that reverse is enabled below 1500 milliseconds. And above 1500, so like these 1800, when I don't push the trigger, then it is disabled. So when I push the button, it will go under 1500, and then reverse is enabled. And when I don't push the button like that, then we have 1800 and it is disabled. That's how it works. Yes, so we are having everything here. So that will work just fine. Put my lamp a bit up here. So yes, that's more or less it. We have this water-proof receiver box here again. Two water pumps are connected via a Y cable into the receiver, so both pumps are connected. One pump is cooling the ESC and one pump is cooling the motor. I will turn off everything and put out the battery just to show you again how the water comes into the boat like that, from back here down into the water pump, and from the water pump into the motor, and from the motor outside of the boat like that. And the other one, we are obviously having two water pickups that also goes into the pump, from the pump to the ESC, and from the ESC out of the boat. So these two exhaust pipes are putting water outside, and the pickups are down here, the rudder. Yes, so we have flex shaft with oiler, so that will be filled with oil, and the water cooling jacket is made out of PPS, as I said in the previous video, PPS-CF10 Fiberon from Polymaker. and there are Viton O-rings inside and these little TPU seals for sealing the outside, and that will work as it won't get too hot outside here, maybe at the surface of the motor, but the PPS has a melting point of over 250 degrees Celsius, so that should work. I'm really excited about that whole setup and how it will work. And yes, the only problem we have here is, I don't know if you see it, but we have like 30 centimeters of snow and ice on the lakes. And yes, so not the best weather for driving a boat, especially not like a speed run, because lipos don't like it cold. They like it hot. Yeah, but for initial tests, and first I will go with 8S, so nothing too special. Yeah, it should be okay when it's cold.